Hello everyone, I hope you're taking it easy and your day has been great thus far. For this video we'll be going through a unboxing of the Wolverine Champion Class model kit from Blokees, particularly their Marvel subline, and this particular representation of Wolverine is from the Deadpool and Wolverine movie that is released. You know, I actually don't even remember when the movie came out. Was it 2025? 2024? Sometime within the last 2 years. I'll just leave it at that. Now, I've recently done an unboxing of the Deadpool model kit, obviously from the same movie, but obviously these two particular models are once again within that Marvel subline of Blokees, with their delving into the Marvel IP of model kit figures. So, front of the box here for Wolverine, so pretty much the Wolverine, the actual model kit, surprisingly, front and center there, on top of that nice holographic background in very much typical Wolverine colors, and much like how Deadpool had a small image back to Wolverine, I've noticed the Wolverine box has a small image back to Deadpool, as well as obviously the comic style artwork on the actual Wolverine naming. So that is very cool for the actual front of the box. On the sides, we've got one side just having the Deadpool and Wolverine logo, and on another just a pose shot of Wolverine just leaning, basically. In terms of the back of the box, so just some more images of the completed kit and some of the posing options, some of the accessories. It actually makes a note about the replaceable shoulder parts. So if you do or do not want to have the actual shoulder pads, and then similar to the Deadpool figure, there will be replaceable head sculpts, which hopefully should be done in the same way, and they will actually be hot swappable heads as opposed to the front piece. So that was the box done. Time to have a look at what was included. Okay, front of the manual is pretty much a rehash of what we saw on the front of the box, and just the Deadpool Wolverine logo on the back as well. I have a long weekend here in Australia, well, Western Australia. Maybe I should actually watch the movie. Anyway, opening up the manual, so we do have the individual parts list, so there actually are going to be 3 bags in total with individual loose parts, and the actual runners, which is probably the least amount of runners I've seen for a model kit of this typical scaling. So that'll be interesting. Going through the rest of the manual, so it's pretty much your standard Blokees manual. Now, interestingly enough, okay, so we do have the OR option there at the very top. There is that A2 1 and 2 piece that will obviously alter the facial expression. As to whether we have multiple parts, time will tell, but just looking at the fact that we have a B13 and a B16 would suggest yes, there will be the full components to do hot swappable heads. Left arm and right arm, chest, crotch and belly build, right leg, left leg. So your pretty standard build set for a champion class model. Sans an LED because it would make no sense. And then here we just have some different options with removing or maintaining the shoulder, armor, different hands, different heads. So it's always nice to have some of those little interesting accessory gimmicks with the figure. So that was the manual. In terms of everything else, now how will I do this? Well, I guess we'll just go back. So this is one of the 3 bags of loose components, pretty much your joint pieces. We have another bag with what appears to be probably head, waist, bit of the legs. So it's interesting how most of Wolverine is actually loose parts. So we have that, and there is a third and final bag with some larger pieces. Once again, all loose parts, so the front of his chest, I suspect that will be the back, probably once again more legs, hands, etc. So interesting how Wolverine, as I said, has predominantly come in loose parts. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it is different. As for the actual runners, 2 ways, 1 and 2 in a flesh color tone. So probably not much to say here other than all of Wolverine's skin areas. Now A2 will have some pre-painted detailing there for his facial features. So 2 different face options there basically. So that's always cool. So we have those two A's. We have a B in a yellow. Doesn't look like there's any additional pre-painted parts here. It's just pretty much yellow with the actual molded detailing there for the parts. So we have that 1B. And lastly, we have two C's, 1 and 2, going into that, blackish type tone. So there's C1. And then we also have C2, which is once again still in that blackish color, although it's mainly been pre-painted with the silver for Wolverine's adamantium claws. And that is also some very good length on those claws. So those were the runners. So that brings us to the end of the unboxing of the Champion Class Wolverine model kit for Deadpool and Wolverine as part of the Blokees Marvel model kit figure line. So by the end of this one, so Wolverine I believe was the 5th release of the line. So I now have 3 in my active backlog to go through and build. Thor and Iron Man are already done. And then I may have recently had the next 2 Marvel figures come in, which is, for those who weren't aware, Spider-Man and Venom. However, the caveat here is they are moving into Marvel Rivals, as opposed to some of the recent, Venom and Spider-Man movies. So I think from those kits onwards, it becomes very Marvel Rival centric, which is good. I mean, the lineup, from what I understand, is very nice. So just keep that in mind. It's moving away from cinematic representation, going into the gaming representation of things. Anyway, that'll be in the future. When in the future remains to be seen. Thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to do the whole like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. It does help support the channel, and I do appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram, as well as the YouTube community tab. It is a little bit stagnant at the moment, but things will change soon enough. With that being said, stay safe and take care, and I'll catch you all in a future video, whether it's more Blokees model kit content or something else on the channel. See ya.